that may be affecting your makeup, and we're not going to talk about necessarily application. We're going to talk about some other things that you may or may not be doing. And there's just 3 things that I just want to chat with you about. So I'm Sonia. I am your over 50 hooded eye menopausal lady. And I'm maybe the gal that you just want to sit down and have a cup of coffee with. I'm just the girl next door. And I'm here because I want to help you love your makeup again. I got to where I was not wearing basically any makeup at all. And I get it because we're frustrated. We are encountering things that we've never encountered before. All the sagging, the wrinkling, changes in texture, dryness. There's so many things that go on. And I'm just here to help you. So my very first tip that I'm going to say, I don't want you to shoot me. Don't shoot the messenger. Makeup wipes are probably not really helping you. And you're like, oh, but I love simplicity. And I get it. I am not, what I'm going to suggest to you is not more difficult. So what you may want to add to your cleansing routine is an oil. So what this is, or a balm, something like that. This is a cleansing oil. And if you have oily skin, don't think immediately, wait, I can't use that. I have oily skin. This right here, oil attracts oil. It's actually going to help you. It's going to help cleanse your skin. It's going to get deep down. It's going to melt that makeup off. I double cleanse every night. I had a bottle and it lasted me. I just got probably the last little bit out of it, and I'd had it since April. And I double cleanse almost every single night. So this right here is amazing. So the products and everything that I'm going to talk about, I'm going to put how you can get them in the description. If you're watching this live, you're going to have to wait. But if you're watching this on the replay, you can go to the description right now and I will tell you what you can comment, and I can send you links to all of this. So you may want to add this to double cleanse at night. It really is going to be beneficial. The makeup wipes are they're not really going to help. Sorry. The next thing is under your makeup, I feel like you need layers of hydration, and however you choose to do that can be different for you. I'm going to tell you what I do and why I do it. I put an oil-based system on at night. For me, I'm over 50, I'm menopausal. I had overly dry areas, but then I had other areas of oiliness, all of that. So I do a lot of hydration and moisturizing at night. Then during the day, I don't really have to do that much. My makeup is hydrating already. And what I put under it is really just eye layer hydration. So what I use is I have a calming gel. This in it right here. I have to look at my list because I have to remember what's in this. There's 8-layer hyaluronic acid. We all know hyaluronic acid helps to hold in moisture, keep the moisture in, lock it in. And this is a gel, which is amazing. It goes great underneath the makeup. It has rose damask water in it, which is very comforting to your skin. And then it has 24 karat gold flakes in it, which will help inflammation. There's so much goodness in this particular thing. And if you struggle with rosacea or acne, this is really, really great. This many times is the only hydration I need during the day. That's for me. Your skin is different. Your climate is different. And there's different periods of time where I do different things. Right now, I've been playing around and I've been adding in a serum that I have. And this is all Rimmon Korean skincare. I've been doing that underneath my makeup and it's been doing fine. Another thing is the under eyes, the lips, any extra dry areas. This is another great product. You don't have to use all of these. You can choose to use whatever you want for your level of hydration of what you need, because no makeup skin. I ruined my skin barrier years ago. And when I had that, my makeup, I could not make it look good. No matter what I did, it would not look good. Dry skin is dry skin. We have little flakes. I keep getting paused due to poor connection. I am so sorry. Froze again. Yeah, I even changed to LTE. I'm sorry. Thank you. You were here the first time. I just came on again. Okay, so we're just going to keep going, and I'm so sorry. My internet, I don't know what it's doing. So afterwards, I'll tell you how you can get the skincare. So layers of hydration underneath your makeup. I feel like you really need the moisturizer I use at night, but I do use moisturizer chest to neck during the daytime, but I don't put makeup on because I don't need that much moisture underneath my makeup. And then the other thing, we talked about the balm stick. The balm stick, I use it for me. What I do, lips, my kids even use this. You can do it underneath your eyes, which is fantastic. I think this is only like $25, which is so great. I think I have 3 of them right now. I have one here in my car, and where else is it? Somewhere else, maybe in my bathroom. I don't even remember where it's at. But I have one in my car. Oh, purse. And this is amazing. Like, I'm getting laser hair removal. So sometimes that gets a little bit dry afterwards. Anywhere you want a little bit extra hydration, the balm stick is amazing. Okay. And then my last tip, and this is where I'm going to start doing makeup. One thing that I feel like most of us as mature ladies that we need to do is we need to tone our skin or warm up our skin underneath our makeup. And what I mean by that is, let's stick a little bit of bronzer. We can layer the bronzer. So don't think, well, wait, I'm going to put bronzer on and then I'm going to put makeup over it. And then what is it going to disappear? No, we're going to put on the bronzer and we're going to create warmth in our skin. And I think you're going to love doing this. And for us that have maybe a little bit of redness, a little bit of melasma, all of those types of things, putting the bronzer on is a great way to blend in the redness. I'm just a little bit pink today, so I'm actually going to go behind the pink with the bronzer, and I'm going to warm up my cheeks just a little bit, and I'm going to put some down here. And hi Barb. I may even add a little bit more bronzer afterwards, and it's okay. You can add a little more bronzer after your blush. These are such thin layers. We're going to be okay with it. So look at the dimension and look how it toned my face. Now think of toning. You're like, Sonia, I don't know what you mean by toning. Look at how it blended and it took the redness, maybe pink that you would look at, and it's kind of distracting from it. We're taking away from that by what we're doing. So we're just adding warmth in those areas. I just got too much on right there. All right, that's what I love about this bronzer. Even if I get too much, it's such this beautiful translucent, not translucent, what do I want to say? It doesn't have coverage, but the way that it goes on, you can just smoosh it around and you'll be good to go. It's a beautiful, beautiful cream bronzer. I love creams for mature skin. It is amazing. So the next thing I'm going to do is I'm done with my tips. So those are my tips. So get rid of the makeup wipes if you're a mature lady and start double cleansing at night, okay? And underneath your makeup, I would get some layers of hydration going. I mentioned what I'm using. Whatever you're doing, try to figure out how you can get hydration underneath your makeup. Use a hydrating makeup, like a cream makeup. That's another thing. No more mattes and all of that type of thing. The balm stick is another great way to hydrate. And then we're going to warm up our skin underneath our makeup. Because like, look at my face right now. When I look in this phone right now, I look and I'm like, I don't look like I'm completely without makeup. And the only thing I have on is bronzer. I just warm things up. So I'm just going to take that same brush and I'm just going to do little bits of, I'm going to use a darker color here in my cheeks, like so. And I'm going to mix these two and I'm going to put a little bit on my nose. I'm not going to do a lot of makeup today. I'm not even going to have a full face of makeup on. And I don't want any of you guys to think not a full face of makeup is incomplete and that you're less. You're not going to be. You're going to be very, very happy with it. I'm going to end up with no makeup down in here. I'll get a little bit on my chin because I have some broken capillaries and that's a distraction for me. I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put a little bit there on my redness. And it's not that I don't want a lot of makeup on. This is how I do my makeup a lot. This is it's a different way of doing it. Less is best for us mature ladies. And we just have to look at our faces a little bit differently. We're not going to take a layer of makeup and stick it all over our faces. We're going to hit the areas that we need to hit. And that's it. If you want makeup down there, no problem. I match you to the color that you want. So contour, I'm not going to contour, and I'm actually going to show you areas of light that you can do. that are actually going to help you, but I'm going to first do my under eyes. I'm going to take a small brush and bronzer. We warmed up, I guess this could be tip number 4. We warmed up the skin. I'm actually going to darken my under eye, and you're going to be like, what? So my under eyes are not overly dark, but I do have, you can't see as much as what I can see. But you see how white that is? And then you see that redness, and then you see that blue right there. It's kind of a white blue. It's a weird concoction I have going over there. Okay, so I'm going to darken around it to distract from that color, because what would happen is I would get rid of that, but I would have, this would be so light, it would still kind of show up. So I'm actually going to take suede lip liner, and we're going to put it underneath my eyes, and I might have to put a little bit of bronzer with it. You can bronze with suede lip liner, and I'm going to stick a little bit of my bronzer. So my bronzer not only warmed up my face, it's actually going to, I guess, warm up underneath my under eyes. And then we're going to actually color correct the inner part that I'm going to conceal. Now see the difference? See what we're creating over here? And then I am going to get right here. See where that, guys, look at my imperfections. I have a line that goes down here, and then I have an indent that goes in there, okay? But I have darkness here, so I have to be really careful. So I'm just going to darken this right here that's really light below the indent. I'm not going to go into the indent with darkness because I've already got a shadow there created. And I'm just going to go like that, and I'm going to deepen that like so, and I'm going to go do it on the other eye. So look at this eye and then look at this eye. See how this is hugely magnified by the white? We're deepening with bronzer and suede lip. For some, suede lip liner can be the bronzer, honestly. So use bronzer to your advantage. You can use it more than what you think you can. Okay, we're not going to fuss too much. So I'm actually going to color correct the purple and the blue. Fortunately for me, I can do it with my, what you would call my concealer, or that color that I stuck on my pink, my red areas. Watch my face color change. That works for me, but often many of you have to use a, I don't know where I put my demi colors. You will have to use, I have this, but I want to show you that. A demi color, which is, forget it, a demi color, which is going to be like a peach. So I would use a peach color on my blue, and then I would use a yellowy color on my purple. Okay, I can help you with that too. But fortunately for me, I can just use my highlight shade right here, and I just very carefully put it over on the purple and in on there. And what I am really finding I don't do is brighten very much next to my dark under eyes. I just stopped doing it. All right. I'm going to put a little bit right there. Okay, so we've got that on, and I'm going to show you, this was not in my intentions in this video, but you're here, so let's just go for it. I am going to show you how I take areas of light to create dimension, and then you can still contour, but I want you to kind of transfer your mind to this, because I find for us mature ladies that this is amazing to do. I'm going to take a smudge brush. I'm going to take the flattish end, and I'm going to take my brightening shade. That for you, and if you're not in the Saint world, it may be, it's called your highlight. And this right here is several shades lighter than my skin, but not too light. And where I'm not going to put it is directly on my under eye, and I'm not going to put it on any texture, and I'm not going to put it on any of, well, let's just leave it at that, okay? So I'm going to look at my face, and I want you to look how much texture I truly have, and how much, I have a lot of dimension. I just have it in the wrong places, okay? Wrong, you know what I'm saying. As we mature, different than what we used to have. So I have darkness here next to my jowls. I call these laugh lines, nasolabial folds. I have that I already talked about. We have wrinkles and crinkles on our under eyes. This is pretty deep right here, okay? And then I have a lot going on. I guess I haven't put my blush on yet. And then we just have a lot of going on with all this sagging like that. You know, we have a lot going on. Let me put a little bit of blush on. I'm going to put that right there. I can't remember what the name of it is though. Marrakesh. It's one of our new drops. It's a semi and it's really super pretty. I mixed it yesterday with Daylily and I'm going to do that again. So let's just get blush on. And tip number, don't know. This was not intended to be in here. Is I'm going to show you how to put on blush as a mature lady. You're going to stick it on the very top of your cheekbone like this. And you're going to take it just a little bit into your temple. And you're going to start in the back. You're not going to start in the front. So many of us are different. Maybe you have a little bit more of an apple to your cheek. But I take it like this. And that is literally how I start. Up like that. And I do with my finger a lot because I have to feel where my cheekbone is. I get it too low otherwise. So I'm just going to keep pressing with this cream. Cream blush is amazing. If you are not a Saint makeup user, I'm telling you, start out with the blushes. They are truly, truly amazing. Okay, so we're going to do that. And then I'll just take a little bit of a fluffier brush and we're just going to fluff it around. Okay, and I'm going to, again, I'm taking it up, like so. And then I'm going to bring just a tiny bit right here. Some people I've seen, they even take a little bit on their nose. I don't know about that for me. I think all of us just have to play around. See, I don't like that much right there. See? That used to be where my blush went, and now with the way my face is, it does not work anymore. Okay, let's take just a little bit of that Daylily on top of my nose and a little bit of that pink. Let's just see what it does. It's fine. Okay, there we go. Now, this is a little bit stark, so I'm going to chill it out a little bit with my main highlight shade. And I'm just going to take it on the edges like that. Main highlight shade. I'm just going to chill it out a little bit so it's really blended. I find this to be a way to really blend in my blush without over blending it. Because we over blend our blush, I would not do sweep. No more sweeping for us older ladies. Actually, for probably anyone. We need to do this, more of a tapping motion, and you're going to get better than if you're swiping on your makeup, any makeup at all, okay? So that's what we're going to do. Now I'm going to show you my areas of light. All right, so here's my brightening shade, and I'm going to show you, it can be different for some of us, but I'm going to show you for me where it is, because again, I showed you I have jowls. Maybe you don't have jowls, so you don't need to start here. I'm going to start from the bottom and move up. So I'm going to actually blend it as I'm doing it. And these are going to be subtle differences, guys. This isn't a facelift. This is subtle ways to create lift on your face, but it's going to be amazing and it's not hard. Sometimes I feel like it's almost a little easier than it is if you actually contour. I think contouring for us can be hard. So we'll just do these little areas of light right there above the peak of your brow. We're going to create a little bit of lift because light lifts, and that's what we're trying to do. Okay, and then I'm going to take it on the side of my eye right here. So if you got your eyeshadow too low, you're going to fix it, or you're just going to help create lift like that in your temple. And the reason in your temple is because your temples are sinking in. If you're like me, we just do, but you didn't even know that, but they are. So let's take it over here. I did not get my eyeshadow too low today, so that was a good thing. If you have crow's feet and that's just too much for you, take your regular shade. Again, no light shade in huge areas of texture, okay? If you got crow's feet over there and it accents it, don't do it. There's just no reason to. Take a little bit of your main shade right there. Just clean up the eyeshadow. You can put a little bit of lighter shade in your temple, but don't risk accenting the texture there. The next place is going to be, see that shadow right there? And here. Okay. And then I'm going to go underneath where I maybe would have contoured. And here. Now this area, you got to be careful. You don't want to get it too light. And then I'm just going to put a little bit of brightener on the side of my nose here. Now what I'm finding, and I think for a lot of us, what's happening is we have a lot going on right in here. Okay. We have this and that. And I have to be really careful to not get it too much brightening on those areas or it'll just show them off. So let's just tap that in and then kind of go maybe towards the inner part of the eye. We're going to completely stay out of the under eye area. I'm not going to add any to this, and I'm now going to carve out a cheekbone. And I'm going to blend this in. I'm going to put it a little bit down there. And then I'm going to go like that. Okay? And then you can always tap with your finger a little bit. Same thing here. I'm going to tap a little bit more on the side of my nose. Okay? And then I'm just going to carve out that cheekbone. If you're just joining, I gave you several tips that I think you may not even think about that are going to help you with your makeup. And one of them is stop using makeup wipes. I feel like that's the most offensive. Maybe a lot of you are just like, I don't even use makeup wipes. But I do feel like they've been marketed very well. Okay, so there we go. There's my areas of light. Did I miss any? You can do down the center of your nose. Honestly, if you're going to do down the center of your nose, you need to take probably a smaller brush down the center. It can slim your nose. You can do the Cupid's bow. I don't have any lipstick on. Okay, there. You could do a little bit on the Cupid's bow because that'll help lift it up. Okay, you can even go in these lines right in here and put just a tiny, tiny bit of makeup with that lighter color. But you gotta be careful because our number one thing that we're doing is less makeup. So I did not get on here to show you all of that, but we're good. We're good. You got the other ones. So right in here, can do a little bit too. All right, that's it. Now, I am going to finish something off because of the amount that I have right here on my face, the amount of texture that I have going on. I am going to pop out. I have things mixed up so bad. There's two different powders that Saint has. We have a vanilla dust and then we have a blurring powder, which I don't have out. We have a blurring powder. Either one of these can be fantastic for you. You may find that on this areas right in here, not for oiliness necessarily, but for blurring purposes, they have a blurring powder. Here it is. It's right there. It has a little bit of a luminosity to it, but don't think shimmer at all. It's very silky, very soft, or vanilla dust, either one that you feel. That one has a little bit more color to it. Not color. It's a little bit more white looking. Another two I always see. Oh my gosh, yes, Barb. Less is best on the under. The under eyes are our hardest area because we move it all the time. So less is best. And what you can do too is we have a Saint sponge. Get this slightly damp and just do that. And I know people that will set their under eyes with powder. Try it. As long as you don't have too much on. It does not work for me. It affects my makeup and I don't like it. So I want you to use a stiff, I'm going to use this right here. Either a stiff brush or your finger or a Saint sponge that's, I would say, not damp maybe. And I want you to tap it right in here and I want you to watch, see how that was kind of reflecting off of my areas by sticking a little bit of blurring powder, but I found even the vanilla dust does really well. It will help take that down. See the difference? I mean, it really does. It really does work. I'll show you the vanilla dust just so you're like, okay, which one do I want? I don't think you can go wrong. One is just different in texture than the other. I feel like the blurring one is almost more hydrating than the vanilla dust. So the vanilla dust I like to use if I'm feeling maybe a little oily that day. I like putting this on with a brush better on here. I know, Barb, isn't it just stunning? Like I sometimes like doing it with my finger and I know that's weird. Let me try setting my under eyes. If you're going to do it, you better do it very lightly, okay? I just don't need to set my under eyes because I use so little. So a little bit of powder might be really good for you. Powder is not, powder can be bad for us mature ladies. But if you use it right, thank you. If you use it right, you can, it will create a really pretty look. So there we go. All right. Thanks for being here. I'm going to go. You can set it. Oh, I was going to talk about hang on. Hang tight. everybody's going to miss this now. Right here. If you want to put a layer of hydration on your face underneath your makeup, Saint has a new Plush Prep Mist, okay? I would not use it personally, probably with these things, because it's going to be too hydrating. I would probably use it instead of for me, but I know a lot of people that use it with their skincare. You can use this under, it has a lot of great stuff. It has hyaluronic acid and caffeine, and it's like spraying skincare on your face. It really is. So I will put all of this, and a way you can get all of this in the description in a little bit. You can also set your makeup with that if you want. I know a lot of people that do. I'll try it. Let's try it. So we want it to be a really fine mist. There we go. All right. Thank you, ladies, for being here. We'll talk to you later. See ya. Bye.